Welcome back, college baseball fans. We're back here for another episode of the College Baseball Show weekend preview show coming up for you here. Yes, you'll see a blank screen next to me here. I got Jared Perkins. He's going to be coming. Zach Sims is also trying to get on as well. I am your host, Mark Garland. I'm here for another episode with you guys. Listen, lots to break down. Second to last weekend of midweek madness, man. It's been insane. Another crazy one here. Let's start off with some of the stuff. Monday night, Gonzaga beat Washington State 10-5. Big win for Gonzaga. Washington State has won 5 straight weekends at home, though, and they've got a massive weekend upcoming with Air Force, and that is big for Mountain West play. One for seeding in the tournament. Mountain West is going to get one team in, so the winner of that tournament is going to get into the tournament. I'm telling you right now, I don't know who it could be. It could be Nevada. It could be San Diego State, who's leading. It could be Air Force, who's made a ridiculous run. Could be Washington State. They get Air Force this weekend after 5 straight weekends. Going to be insane here. Can't wait for more of this baseball. Arkansas State 12 at Little Rock 0. Tangler with the no-hitter. 93-pitch no-hitter. Unbelievable effort there from the Red Wolves and Tangler. Congrats to that young man. No-hitter is very impressive. Love to see that from him going out there and just dominating. No-hitters are hard. It's hard to do. It's impossible. Like, there's really just difficult to do. So going out there and really just showing and going out there and being that good, very, very impressive. Love to see that from them. So big one there as we look at getting into this one. Oh, looks like Jared's going to be joining me here shortly here. He's jumping on right now. Welcome, Jared. Hello.
What's going on? Where's Zach?
No, a beautiful day, man.
Is Zach hopping in?
I think he's trying to. I didn't see him. I don't know. I might have a text from him. I'm in the do not disturb, so I don't know if he texted me or not. But I sent him the message and everything. So, yeah, I think he was trying to get in here, but we'll see what happens here. I was just talking about the no hitter there from Tangler for Arizona State or Arkansas State. Unbelievable! Like, that's this late in the season too. Like, it's pretty cool to see, especially in a midweek.
Yeah, no, you have to love it. Good, just awesome to see from the kid. I'm pretty excited to see kind of what. Sorry, I'm going through I don't even have the doc or anything in front of me, so just had internet problems here. Go figure.
Of course,
at
on
the hotel
road
right before I tried to hop in.
Hotel room, always having the internet problems. Love that. That's great. Yeah, just a big win for Arkansas State though on the road there for them. Speaking of another road
this
win,
is a team like we've talked about kind of being somewhat of a bubble team here in the Sun Belt. They're 28-19 overall. They're 11-13 in conference. If they can get themselves over that 500 record or give themselves a chance to win the Sun Belt Conference, maybe they have a chance. Like, they're 44th in RPI, so they're kind of on that bubble. And if they can rattle off a few more wins to end the season, like, I don't think they'll get an at-large bid, but like, if they can make a run and somehow win the Sun Belt Conference championship, like, they could make some noise and knock some people out.
Yeah, I mean, RPI could climb late here. We'll see. I mean, the schedule doesn't necessarily favor them all the way, but go out there and win some games. That's all you can really do if you're Arkansas State. Like, you've won a lot of games this year. You've played some really good baseball. Win them late. I mean, there's an opportunity here. Speaking of another team in the Sun Belt that lost, Coastal Carolina. They lost to Clemson. Clemson wins this one on the road, 8-4. Huge win for Clemson. Like, I know that we're talking at this point in the season, like, okay, RPI matters a lot. RPI matters a lot. It does. Clemson is all the way up to 37th in the RPI, but they only have 8 wins in ACC. They are 8-16, but they're on the bubble still somehow, Jared.
Yeah, I mean, I see them somehow getting in. I just feel like Bakich finds a way to get you look at they have Florida State this weekend. Like, they win that series, and next thing you know, they're knocking on the door of like making themselves into the tournament. Like, you win a series against Florida State, you win your next midweek against USC Upstate, and then say you sweep Virginia Tech to kind of finish the year. Like, Clemson's going to be knocking on the door, and they're going to be into the playoffs. Like, they're 6-9 in quad 1, which isn't great. 5-10 in quad 2, but they're winning. They're just figuring it out.
It's hard to keep them out if they go 6 of the next 7. I mean, as much as I say, hey, the committee hates losing record teams in ACC play, but if they go 6 of the next 7 and they get to that, 13 wins in ACC, what's different between a 13-win ACC team and a 13-win SEC team? Like, if you're going to give a 13-win SEC team, if that's the number to get in for SEC, maybe you guys start looking at for ACC too, if the rest of the metrics match up. And for Clemson, That would mean taking 2 of 3 against Florida State. They'd have to be jumping in RPI. They'd probably be up in the low 30s to the high 20s, and you'd have to consider them at that point. Like, then they're in. I mean, I'm as much as I look at it, it looks wild. Like, their overall record's not bad. They're 29-20. So if they win 6 of the next 7 games, they have 35 wins. It'd be hard to say that they don't deserve in, even though they haven't played very well at all in ACC play. Leading into last weekend, though, they took that series from Boston College and kind of sparked the rest of what could happen the rest of the season for them. So big win for them, though, at Coastal on the road. Huge for them. Kansas, finally the hot team drops a game here at Creighton, 8-9. Creighton kind of needs this. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. I think we're going to see one Big East team, and it's going to be whoever wins the conference tournament for them. I don't think we're going to see multiple teams in from the Big East, but kind of maybe just a little booster for this Creighton team moving into the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the Big East standings right now just because I was curious. Like, UConn's 27-22, Creighton's 27-19, and St. John's is 25-22, and that's the top 3 teams in the Big East. Like, you're getting one. Fortunately, you need like a 40-win team basically to get another one in. But yeah, I mean, it's a good win for Creighton. Like, they need it. I think they're gonna. Here's the thing, like, that win's great, but you still have to go out and win the Big East championship. So, like, awesome that you got that win against Kansas. Like, hooray, yay, good for you guys. But like, you're still gonna have to go and win the Big East championship in the tournament. So, and you're gonna come up against UConn, and UConn's been playing good baseball. So I think it's either gonna be Creighton or UConn. But St. John's has been great too. So they're in second place in the Big East. But yeah, only one of those teams is gonna make it.
Yeah, it's going to be one. And I mean, this is cool for them to go win this game against a red hot Kansas team. Doesn't hurt Kansas at all. They're still considered for a national seed. Like, their whole road's in front of them. Their whole road is this weekend, and we'll talk about more about that. But they got West Virginia coming up this weekend, and if they take care of business, they could win out the conference and be sitting in ready to go for the last weekend of the season and just playing for national seeding at that point. Big on Kansas. Alabama at Troy, the team that just continues to surprise me. They dropped this one 1-6. Troy has had its struggles all season. They're not playing for an at-large bid right now. They're just trying to get into the Sun Belt tournament, and they're on the outside right now. Yeah. Bad loss for Alabama at this time, though, when they're talking about trying to get into that national seed conversation still with their RPI.
Yeah. Alabama's been just a confusing team all year. And I remember Jason talking about it on the podcast, saying, like, this is the team, like, what, like, 12, 13 guys are going to go out there every day for you. And it's like, when do you like make that switch, right? Like, it seems like Rob Vaughn's just going to keep riding it out with these same 12 to 13 guys. And it's like, how do you not when you have like some massive series wins like Alabama does right now? Like, I know you have some big series losses, but I feel like you have to keep riding this team out and to see what happens. Like, you're 21-5 at home, you're 13-11 in the SEC, you're 32-17 overall. Like, you can't really like fault a 32-17 overall team and a team that's already got their 13 wins in the SEC. Like, why would you change things? Like, I know you want to play for that national seed, but like, Vaughn's gonna be like, what am I going to change now? Like, we're winning baseball games. Like, I just don't see them like switching things up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, top 5 in the RPI. I just, we keep saying maybe RPI is not the best metric anymore. I mean, like, and teams are finding ways to kind of cheat the RPI. They're kind of finding ways to be better than what that is, like being that RPI being better than what that team might actually be. We're seeing teams cancel games late also, which we saw a lot of last year, seeing more of it this year. And there's lots of different reasons for it. But at the end of the day, they're canceling games because they don't want to drop their RPI. They don't want to take that risk. They want to be where they're at and have that opportunity to be a seed, because being at home in a regional is a lot better than being on the road. I don't care how good your team is. Being at home is a lot easier than being on the road for so many reasons. Travel's tough on guys. Being in the road environment is tough. Like, if you're on that cusp of being 13, 14, 15, 16, yeah, I get it. I get canceling those games. I mean, it's really tough. So I like Alabama. I still think that they should be a host. I have them. I think my latest prediction was like at 11. And I get the RPI has them as a national seed, but like they if they win this weekend and take care of business, if they win 4 of the next 6, I could pencil them in. I could see them there at 17 wins in SEC. I'd be fine with them being a national seed, but they have to win games. If they go 3 and 5, if they go 3 and 3, or 15, like, they're not there. So for me, that's how I look at it here moving forward with Alabama. UTSA at Texas. Now, UTSA has taken back over the lead in the American Conference. but they did lose at Texas. Big win for Texas, like kind of getting maybe a little bit of revenge. Not that it really matters for RPI for either one of these teams. Would have been nice for UTSA as far as maybe the at-large if they happen to not win the American against ECU. But Texas takes care of business here in this one, Jared.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the American Conference, like to get to, and you need someone to really jump up in RPI, and I don't think that's going to happen for any of these teams. Both like East Carolina and UTSA are in the 40s. Like UAB's got to be nowhere close. UTSA would have to get an at-large. They probably got to win 40 games, right? And I don't know if they have enough games on the schedule left to do that. So when they have 6, 7, if they have 7, then they win out. Then sure, then you got a chance.
Yeah,
but
40.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for UTSA to get an at-large at this point. They would have to like probably go undefeated the rest of the season, but are they even going to have big enough wins to really bump them up in the RPI? Probably not.
No,
but
high enough.
Yeah, American Conference, you're going to have to play for your championship as well. It'd be hard pressed to see both ECU and UTSA getting in.
Yeah. LSU, big win at home, though, against Tulane. Like we always say, hey, these wins matter at this time, especially for teams that are struggling like an LSU. This is an in-state rivalry. No matter what else anybody wants to say, this is an in-state rivalry. And Tulane's coached well. Coach Ullman, really good there. They have a really talented team. This is a tough win every single time. So big for LSU moving into the final 2 weekends where we say they got to win 4 out of 6. Bubble if there ever was a bubble team for this team. Like it's in front of them still, Jared. They could still do it somehow.
5 straight wins. Like I keep thinking like LSU's dead and out, and like I know like yes, they played southeastern Louisiana, South Carolina, Tulane, but I mean they get a series win against Georgia and Florida. Like, are you keeping them out of the playoffs? Like
they're 55 in the RPI, but those 2 series are going to bump them up into the 40s. Yeah, and then it's like if they win those 2 series, it's be really hard to say that they're not in. I know a lot of people still saying that they need to win a game in the tournament, but
4 wins would get them the 13 conference wins. Like we talked about, 13 wins in the SEC will get you into the playoffs. Like 2 wins against Florida, a ranked Florida team, 2 wins against a ranked, who they got? Georgia team. Yeah, Georgia. Top 10 team in the nation. Like they're going to get a big RPI boost, and you're going to watch them go into the playoffs, and everybody's going to complain about it because like a 40-win team out of the Conference USA or something like
Conference USA might not get Conference USA might drop a team. Like that's what I was just gonna say. They might not get a team in. Which as much as I still think that they deserve 3 teams, are you really gonna say that like a Missouri State or like a Dallas Baptist are deserving more than that LSU team if they win 4 of the next 6? I don't think so. Like that's where the line shuts at. It's like, are you going to keep out the reigning national champ for a Missouri State or a Dallas Baptist who are sitting there, 28, 27 wins respectively, and in 3rd, 4th place of the Conference USA? I don't think you're going to. Right now, I do have Liberty and Jacksonville State in. I think Liberty has a better at-large. Now, they did lose their game against Virginia Tech yesterday, 8-4 loss there, and that hurt their odds. But I still like Liberty to get in. I think that Liberty gets into this tournament field, but it's really going to be tough. I mean, I don't think you see 3 teams like we were talking about. 3 teams could with Missouri State in their RPI, but they've been losing games lately. They got to figure out some more wins here down the stretch. Oregon State does beat Portland. They finally beat Portland. Portland still wins the most games in state, but a big win on the road in extra innings. Basically the only game left really that was going to boost kind of RPI that bumped them up 1 in the RPI. What does Oregon State need to do? I mean, people keep saying that there should be a national seed. I don't have them as a national seed. I have them hosting currently. I think if they drop another game, Jared, they're not hosting.
Yeah. I was going to say just on Portland, I feel like 25 of their wins, 10 of those are probably against Oregon teams at this point. It just feels like Pilots, man, they own the state of Oregon, except for one day against Oregon State. This Oregon State team, I find them very frustrating because they're 14th in RPI, and I look at the schedule and I'm like, it's because they play on the road, and like that's the only reason they're 14th in RPI. Like you've mentioned in the podcast before, the offense, I still don't quite know what it is. Like they perform sometimes, and then like there's some swing and miss to the lineup, and they're aggressive, and I just don't really know what to make of this team overall, especially with the Dax Whitney list rotation. Kleinschmidt's great, Segura's great, but again, those guys are getting bumped up, and like you mentioned, they have a freshman now going on Sundays. I guess they're going to be a host right at this point, or are they kind of
they went out. I think as long as they win out. I mean, maybe there's grace for them to lose one game on the road. They can't lose any more of the home games, so they can't lose any of the games against Air Force at home.
Yeah.
They have the 3 on the road at Long Beach. Like, I mean, for me, they can't lose any more games to host. But I just think that if they drop below 16 in the RPI, it's just an easy one for the committee to go, nope, non-conference. You're not in the top 16 in the RPI. It'd be easy for them to cut them out. So, to me, I think that they have to stay in that top 16, and none of these teams that they're playing are even in the top 150. So it's not going to help them RPI wise. Like, can't lose a game.
Cancel the rest of the season.
Yeah. Just sit where you are now. No more. You're independent. Got to rain them all out. BYU big win though on the road at UNLV. Now, when they win the game 5-2, they're back above 500. Jared, they're playing Texas Tech right now. I think that they're ahead in that game against Texas Tech right now. Like, if they win this series against Texas Tech, they're sitting above 500. They're sitting above 500 in conference in the Big 12, which is a tough conference. I do not have them in currently. I have them out.
I can't put them in.
But there's a world where they win 15 games in conference, and then it'd be really hard to say that this team doesn't deserve at least a chance. 15 games in the Big 12 is not nothing. I know that we didn't give them a last year. 15 wins is not nothing.
Yeah. They're 70th on RPI.
So yeah, I know.
I just have a hard time putting. I mean, they're 10-6 in quad 2 games, which is pretty good, but they only have 2 quad 1 wins. Yeah, maybe like they got to win the Big 12.
They play Kansas to end it. If they took that series against Kansas, do we reconsider? Because like that'd be some quad 1 wins. Is it?
Different at that point? Maybe. Yeah. Sure. Let's just put them in. Screw it.
I personally have them out. I love what they've done this season from a team that pretty much every outlook had as being last place in this conference. They've gone out there and they've battled. They have an awesome home ballpark at Miller Park, like up at 7,000 feet. It's rad. Love it. I'm glad to see what they're doing. They're on the road right now, beating Texas Tech 1-0. Massive for them. I hope that they just go on a run. Maybe they sweep Texas Tech and then they take the series against Kansas, and then you can't keep them out. They'd have to be in at that point, in my opinion. I think that would boost their RPI enough to say they are 100% in. Baylor at Texas State. 2 of these teams, both kind of on the way out. Texas State kind of needed this win at home, though. If they had lost this one, it kind of bumped them all the way out. Texas State has to go on a run here late, right? Like I know where they're at in Sun Belt is not great. I think that they're gonna have to win the Sun Belt tournament. I don't think that any of these Sun Belt teams, other than the tournament champion and Coastal and Southern Miss, get in.
Yeah, where's Texas State's at 57th now? Like, you're probably not getting in. And then Baylor is at 67th. Like, I think both of these teams are going to really struggle to make their way into the.
They're both.
Yeah. So.
Unless they win the conference tournaments, either one could win the conference tournament. I guess that's the way in. Conference tournament. If you're looking for a line, that's the way to get in for both these teams. But yeah, I mean, 2 good ball clubs, but right there in that mid 60s, like not good enough. Like 60s to 70s, it's not going to get you enough into this one. I know it's a soft bubble, but it's not that soft. There's still a line here, and it's not that soft. And not winning their, if for Baylor, not being over 500 in conference would be a detriment. It'd be impossible for them to overcome. And Texas State not finishing top 3 right now in Sun Belt would be a detriment. But also the fact is there's a huge gap between Southern Miss, Coastal, and then sitting down there all the way at Texas State. Jacksonville at Florida State. Big win for Florida State. They still don't have the offense rolling, but the pitching seems to be getting better every single week now that they've kind of reshuffled themselves in the bullpen. Is Florida State still a team to be scared of? Like, I mean, I know there's a big weekend series here with Clemson. Like, if they take care of business, are they a national seed? That's a big conversation still.
Yeah, I think Florida State can get themselves into a national conversation. I mean, they've been very good all year long. Having no Miles Bailey hurts, but you look at the rotation: Wes Mendez, Trey Beard, Bryson Moore. They've been really, really good all season long for them, and the offense hasn't been as good as we thought they were going to be. Even when Miles Bailey was healthy, like he was crushing, but we expected this offense to kind of be one of the bigger powerhouses in all of college baseball, and it hasn't been. But it's been good, but it just hasn't been great like we expected it to be. And so, like, I feel like when you have that kind of 3-headed monster, like Bryson Moore's had his struggles, like Trey Beard has had his struggles. Wes Mendez has been mostly lights out, except for a couple of Friday night starts where he's had some struggles. But like when that rotation's on, it's really hard to beat Florida State.
Yeah, they have pitching, and my problem with Florida State, and it's going to be, before it was like, hey, the offense could carry them in these games. If they go to a fourth game, I don't love that they don't have four solid starters. I don't love that they don't have a deep bullpen, and that's my problem. So if they're not hosting, if they're not a national seed, their road to Omaha gets really tough because I think that it's really a difficult strain there, especially in a regional. Like if they happen to go to a fourth game, I think it's a really tough sled there for Florida State. West Virginia takes care of business at home against Marshall. Big win there, 7-2, as they get ready for this weekend series against Kansas. West Virginia could still host. It's on the outside, but it's still there. Like they are sitting at second place in the Big 12. They have Kansas upcoming. They could take care of that series at Kansas. Like this is a big one here coming up.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I think this is one of the more exciting series on the weekend. I feel like I feel like I say this about like every team, but I feel like West Virginia is one of those teams I haven't been able to figure out. Like when Max Eel's been on, they've been great. When Dawson Montesa, even though he's got like over a 6 ERA, he's had some real dominant outings where he's gone like 7 innings, 0 runs, 11 Ks. And like when they have that rotation going, they're pretty good, and the offense has been great for them all year long. But they've hit their struggles as well. And so I feel like that's every team in the Big 12 right now, maybe except for Kansas. Like Kansas had their struggles at the beginning of the year, but it feels like the rest of these Big 12 teams have been so hot and cold. Even the top ones like West Virginia and ASU, they've gone through their hot and cold streaks. And it feels like Kansas, since they had their cold streak at the beginning of the season, is the only one that's continued to have this hot streak for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it really does feel like that. And I mean, this is a big weekend, so we'll talk more about that series when we get down to it. But a big win for them against Marshall on Tuesday. Like I already mentioned, Liberty lost at home against Virginia Tech. Mercer goes on the road and beat Georgia Southern. Big for Mercer. They're going to have to win out, though, and probably win their conference tournament. I think that conference is only going to get one team in, as the SoCon does have some talent. I think it's only a one-team bid. Yeah, it's going to be a wild finish here. Any more thoughts on we got one more week of midweek madness. Do you think we see more teams get canceled out next week?
Probably. I mean, you want to keep your RPI up. Like those games don't mean anything to the teams that are already in. It probably means more to the teams that are playing them. But like if you're playing like a Grand Canyon or something, like it doesn't really mean anything to Grand Canyon.
We already saw Oregon canceled both their games against Grand Canyon. Like those games were already canceled. Like
Grand Canyon's out. Like, but they're probably not going to care that Oregon State cancels a game against them.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I know people were giving U of O a hard time, but they have two huge series coming up. They have UCLA this weekend and at USC or at home against USC. They have to win those games to host. Like I don't blame them necessarily for canceling those games. It's part of the system, which is crappy. Like, but I get it. I get the frustration if you're a Grand Canyon fan that cancel those games. But at the same time, when you're looking at it from Oregon's perspective, it does nothing for Oregon. It only could hurt Oregon's chances of hosting if they even winning those games would drop their RPI. So canceling those games makes a lot of sense to me when I look at it overall. You know what else makes a lot of sense, Jared?
Visual edge.
Visual edge. Yeah. Confidence comes from clarity. Confidence at the plate just doesn't come from taking more swings. It comes from clarity. Seeing the ball out of the hand, picking up spin earlier, trusting your swing decisions because you know exactly what you saw. Visual edge is built around training that kind of clarity. You start with the edge test. It measures your visual processing, tracking, and depth perception. It shows you where you stand compared to other college athletes, and then it builds a personalized plan around what you need to do the most to get better. The training sessions are short and focused, about 15 minutes a day. That's manageable even during season. Anybody can do this. And you can do it from virtually anywhere. Dorm rooms, apartments, summer ball league housing, anything that's bigger than a cell phone. So any laptop or tablet is perfect for it. You don't have to wait for appointments. You can do it on your time. Great thing for there. MLB players like Aaron Judge, Nico Horner, Tommy Edman, Ke'Bryan Hayes are all using this because even at the highest level, fractions of a second matter. Listeners of this show can use CB Show to get first month free 3D glasses, free shipping, and cancel at any time. Go to visualedge.com/sign up and use code CB Show. That's visual with a Z. 15 minutes a day can change how you see the game. Train your eyes, train your brain, earn your edge. Let's talk about tonight's games that are going on right now. Auburn and Mississippi State. Last time I checked, Mississippi State was leading that game 5-0. It's 5-1 now. Auburn just put up a run in the top of the fifth. Does this surprise you? I mean, with how well Auburn played last weekend, I know that I took Mississippi State in this series because at home I just felt like this was the difference in this one. These are two very good national seed Omaha favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great matchup. I believe it's going to come down to Sunday. here's the thing. It's like we got Ryan McPherson back, right, for Mississippi State. I think that's a huge key factor right there for them. That's going to be super helpful for them as they try to. Yeah, Jason just said 6-2. Jake Marciano out after 2.
Grand
That is a
slam in the
huge
first for
surprise.
Mississippi State was massive. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I just really, really, really love both of these teams, and I'm kind of excited for this matchup because I think we're going to maybe see both of them potentially in Omaha. Like
That's
they
two
could both
really
make
good
runs and get there. I wouldn't shock me if either of them both made it. Trying to pull up the box score, but I have such bad Wi-Fi that I wanted to see kind of where things were at. Yeah, Valencia's 10 Ks, 4 2/3 innings right now. Valencia's has been incredible for this Mississippi State team. Yeah, you have to be O'Connor. Like if you have McPherson going tomorrow or Sunday, like I don't know how many innings he's going to pitch because he's coming back from injury, but that still helps you out there. This is great to see for Mississippi State. I mean, the fact that they could get knocked out Marciano after 2 innings, and now they have to go to the bullpen. Looks like Chance hit a grand slam potentially.
Grand slam in the first.
Nice. Like Bryce Chance has been awesome for this team. Like he's been such a fun player to watch all year long. Like he's just such a grinder. Like those are the kind of players I love. Like the guys that just go out there and go after it. Bryce Chance has been that for this team all year long, and it's just this is gonna be a fun series. I don't think this is like if Mississippi State wins this game, like I don't think the series is technically over. I think Auburn still can have a chance to win it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this is not this doesn't get decided tonight. Like this is a very good series. I like both these teams. I think that both teams are Omaha bound. I just felt like maybe Auburn gave a lot last weekend, and I think Mississippi State needed kind of go out there and go finish out a home win. Big series for both these teams. They're both in the tournament. They're both fighting for national seeds. I think Mississippi State might need this weekend more than Auburn to get a national seed, but I think that they're both in that top 8 for me. I like both these teams a lot. Miami, I think I saw Canes Cats Heat on here. Listen, Miami is on fire. They scored 9 runs in the 5th inning, and they take a 10-4 lead. They've given up a couple runs here in this one in the 6th inning. But, man, it is good to see Miami hitting. This is a very dangerous Miami team. I picked them as a preseason Omaha team, and they are starting to get hot again. And if they get Cuvée back and they're 100% healthy, I love Alex Sosa. Derek Williams has been on fire. Jake Ogden's getting going. Max Galvin, like Van Sheehan, Brylan West. Like they have so much talent in so many players, and now they're getting healthy in the bullpen too. Nick Robert, 96-97. Like I am excited for this Miami team, Jared.
Yeah. I mean, this is the team like maybe I didn't talk about it. I'm like, I wasn't on the last episode, but this is a team in my personal brain that I have thought is on the verge of being a top 25 team. They've been impressive since they've got on this hot streak. They're right on the cusp of being a top 25 RPI team. Like they've really started to turn things around. 10 quad 1 wins, or no, sorry, 7 quad 1 wins, 6 quad 2 wins. Like I think this Miami team can make the run. I really do think that this team is going to be a top 25 team by the end of the season.
Yeah, and to be a top 16, I think the odds are low for them. I think that they'd have to probably go 6-0, 6-0, 5-1 is probably the minimum. I think, just because of where they sit currently at 31 in the RPI and where they are in conference being 13-11. Like I don't think. It's crazy to think that they would have to win 19 games to host, but I think that they at least got to get to 18. So that's why I'm saying like 5-1 maybe puts them on that fringe of being the 15-16 to host. They lost a few games in the middle of the season that they shouldn't have, and they had some injury issues. And I think that that's what cost Miami. But I like this Miami team. I think that they're very dangerous. They're a team that could rise up to the top 25 here. I've had them in the top 25 sporadically throughout the years because they've just been right on that fringe like all year. Like they win some big series, they get them, then they go lose a game, and it's like, man, yeah, that Duke series was killing. Like there's just some games that they lost in the season. It's like, man, these bad losses where they really didn't need them at that time. So I look forward to seeing this Miami team. I love this Miami team. I think that they're one of my favorite teams and most explosive offenses, but they need to continue that stretch going. BYU now at Texas Tech. They are down 1-2. Texas Tech just scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th in that one. BYU, they have to win this series. So if they lose this series, they're out. Texas Tech already kind of on the way out. I don't think that they have any sight in there. I think either one of these teams would have to win the tournament to get in. BYU fringe if they could win 5 of the next 6, but that's really a tall task, especially with Kansas next weekend. But I think that's what we're looking at here. Let's talk about some of these other weekend series that we have coming up here, Jared. Biggest one, 2 hats right above my head, Oregon UCLA. Like, that is a massive series. Listen, UCLA has already won the conference.
Yeah.
Oregon needs these, though. If they go down and take 2 of 3 from UCLA, all of a sudden they're in that hosting conversation again, where you can say, hey, this might be the 12th to 14th best team in the country. They should probably be hosting. That RPI is going to bump up. What do you see from this series? I know that it's going to be a lot of pitching, and maybe the best team that UCLA has seen in quite a while, maybe since USC. So I'm interested to see what happens this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you mentioned, like, Oregon's going to come in here with a lot more motivation than like maybe UCLA, but UCLA's got to be super motivated. Like, they want to keep winning baseball games. So like, I don't think this, like, UCLA
They
team
haven't lost a Power 4 game.
Yeah. Like, I just think like UCLA wants to stay number 1. They want to go be number 1 going into the Big Ten tourney. They want to be number 1 going into the NCAA tourney. I think Oregon's going to give everything they got, though. Like, this is a big series for them. Like, this will like guarantee them basically hosting, right? And so, yeah, if you're the Ducks, like, you got the firepower to do it. Like, you got Cal Scolari on the mound, you got Will Sanford on the mound. It's going to be hard to match Logan Redeman and everything that they've been kind of throwing out there on the bump. And the bullpen for UCLA has been so good. And then on the offensive side of the ball, like, UCLA's got the advantage for sure. But Oregon's been swinging it well. Like, Drew Smith has been incredible. Angel Lai has been very good for this team. Maddox Maloney still really hasn't turned that corner. But like, the Ducks got it, and like, I think they could take 2 out of 3. I still think UCLA is going to win the series, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Oregon won.
I did take Oregon this weekend just because I think that they need it more, and I think that they're going to be playing for more. So I did take the Ducks. I also think that the offense and the pitching is going to be more than UCLA has seen in quite a while. I think that the offense is probably the best offense that they've seen since Texas, since they were playing in Arlington. Like, I don't think UCLA has seen a team that's been better than them offensively. So I think that this is a big one here for the Ducks to go down there and take care of business. And then they still have USC next weekend at home in Eugene. But there's still an outside chance where Oregon can host. And I think that it begins with this weekend. They have to at least take 1 game for me to still consider them to host, but then they'd have to sweep USC at home. But I still think that there's still a chance there for Oregon to play their way into a seed. West Virginia at Kansas. Kansas is locked in for me. They may not be a national seed lock for me. It's real close. If they take care of business this weekend, they'd be a national seed lock for me. But they're definitely a lock for a host seed. Now, West Virginia, they're on the fringe outside right now. Jared, they have to take care of business this weekend and then take care of business next weekend also. But this is the weekend where they have to get it going, because this is their chance to kind of prove that they deserve to have a host.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big problem for their non-con strength schedule is like 195, and so 85 on strength of schedule. So like, that's kind of what's hurt West Virginia the most. But I think this is a team, like, they take this series, I think they're going to be a host. We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, how they've kind of been hot and cold, and just like kind of some of the rest of the Big 12 teams. But they can make a statement with this series win against Kansas, and next thing you know, they put themselves in hosting conversation.
Kansas has not lost a conference game at home. They are 12-0. Like, they are really tough at home. They're a really good team at home. I think Kansas wins this series. And I think if they take care of the series, then all of a sudden you're going, hey, they're a national seed. Like, they've played like a national seed. They're 15 in the RPI, which kind of hurts them a little bit, but this weekend could boost that up quite a bit because it is a quad 1 game. So beating West Virginia at home would be massive for them. I like this Kansas team. I think that it's going to be fun. On Friday night, we're going to get Dom Vagley versus Yale. Like, this is a Friday night ace matchup outside of Cole Carlin. These are 2 of the best arms in the conference. Very excited to watch this matchup on Friday. And then the rest of the weekend is just going to be a lot of fun. Folks, if you haven't seen a game at the Hoagland, it is wild. It is going to be insane down there. They're going to be playing for everything because their chances of winning the conference are right in front of them. They're 4 games up right now. They could seal it up this weekend. And the fact is that they could seal up a national seed, I think. So big weekend here for Kansas. Cannot wait for that matchup. LSU at Georgia. We already talked about how big this is for LSU. For Georgia, it's still talking about national seed because their RPI doesn't necessarily say that they're a national seed team, even though they've been ranked inside the top 8 basically all season, Jared.
Yeah. I mean, they've been great all year long. You have to be super impressed with what they've been doing. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to kind of see what they can continue to do.
232nd here in the non-conference strength of schedule, though, I think is what hurts Georgia as far as RPI goes.
Yeah.
But as far as national seed, I think if they take the 2 or 3 from LSU, yeah, they're winning the SEC. They're 18-6 right now. I think that people are like, oh, they don't care about the series. They care about this series. West cares about this series. This Georgia team cares about this series. Like, if they could go out there and knock out LSU and say, hey, we knocked them out of getting back into the tournament hopes, they're going to want that. And they're at home this weekend. So huge for Georgia. I think if they take care of business, this is the way that they get into a national seed also, that if they lock out this LSU team, it kind of just solidifies that they should be. I have them in as a lock anyway for a national seed, but the RPI has them kind of on the outside there. Yeah. LSU's got to take 2 or 3. Do you think they can do it? I mean, I think that they can. They have the talent, but it's really hard to beat Georgia at home.
I'm going to say no, and then that means they're going to do it, right? So I'm just my gut tells me that no, LSU's not going to be able to do this. I think Georgia, like we've talked about, they have basically an A team and a B team on both the offensive side of the ball and on the mound. So I just think their firepower is going to be too much for them. Like, yeah, Volchko, Aoki, all these guys have been great. Matt Scott's been awesome out of the bullpen for this team. Dylan Bagoo has been awesome in the rotation. So I mean, if you get like a Casey Evans start where he went that one game where he went 7 innings and like struck out 14, then maybe like you get that Friday night Casey Evans win. Like I wouldn't hold it against him.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think that it is going to be. I think that's Georgia. I mean, I took Georgia. Yeah. I think that Georgia wins this one. I think they handle their business, and I think that it kind of is the last straw for LSU. Even with the sweep at Florida, I mean, if they took 1 and swept Florida, but I think that they have to take 2 or 3 in both series. I think that just wouldn't be enough. So, but it's going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting this weekend. Another big SEC matchup: Texas A&M at Ole Miss. Both of these teams still want to host. I think Texas A&M is in as a host, but Ole Miss is kind of on the outside of that hosting conversation currently. They got to take care of business this weekend at home, where they have not necessarily been as strong as other years.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do it. Like, right, this is like the crunch time where you got to start winning those series. And so, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what goes on.
Yeah, they're 12-12, in conference, and that to me, it's like, okay, that's not good enough for me to say like this is a really good team, especially in conference. Like 12-12, I had them. I said, hey, this is a host team to me. I love this Ole Miss team. They're 24-6 total at home. They're 6-8 on the road, and they're only 11-14 in top 25 games. So this one here kind of is a tough matchup for them, where they're playing a team that is better than them. I think overall. A&M has a totally different weekend rotation. They're going to try things out. Early said, hey, we're going to shake things up and try to get ready for, a regional. I like it. I mean, it's not too late to ever change these things up and get your right guys in there at the right times. I think that A&M wins this series, but I think Ole Miss has to take it if they want to host. If they want to be in that hosting conversation.
Yeah, I love this A&M lineup. I'm just trying to we talked about the rotation getting mixed up, and the rotation has been good enough to get them wins. But we saw it in Texas, like what they did to the Texas rotation at Texas, or no, that was at A&M. Sorry, they were home. But like what they did at home to that Texas rotation, that it was just absolute dominance from that lineup. Like top to bottom, it's really hard to find a easy spot from 1 through 9 for Texas A&M. Caden Sorrell, like Chris Hakopi and Gavin Grahovic, like you're not finding an easy way through this lineup. And so, yeah, good luck, Ole Miss. And Hunter Elliott hasn't been fantastic on
Hunter Elliott has not been great on Fridays, unfortunately. And listen, you had Jorian Wilson, and all of a sudden Terrence Keel. These guys from the bottom of the lineup are hitting the ball, and it is real trouble. A&M is not a lineup I want to face right now, and they are heading the right direction here. They're only 2.5 games back in the SEC. Georgia theoretically could lock this thing up this weekend and kind of put themselves in that position where they win the SEC. We saw that from Texas last year, and this could be Georgia this year here sitting there. But I really like both Texas A&M to take care of business on the road at Ole Miss. But Ole Miss fans, if you win this weekend, you still have an outside chance of hosting. Like that's what you have to do, because you'd have to put yourself in that conversation to get over 16 wins. I think is what you have to do to go 4-6 down the stretch here. Oklahoma State and Arizona State. like every year we would have been like, this is a great matchup. This is a big one now. This is big boy time, because this is the time for Oklahoma State where they put themselves back in that conversation of being in the tournament. I have them bubble in Arizona State at Arizona State. I mean, this is a huge series for Arizona State too, who only sits 4 games behind Kansas right now for the conference. If they want to have any chance at hosting, they have to go win this. Like they have to win at Phoenix Municipal, and they have to be dominant. But Oklahoma State is on fire. And honestly, if people aren't watching, Colin Ritchie, one of the best hitters in the country right now. I love everything that Oklahoma State's been doing, and I've been speaking about them for the last 4 weeks to keep telling people to watch out. This team's getting better and better. This is a really fun matchup this weekend in Arizona State. There might be a lot of home runs, Jared.
Yeah, and so this has been my big thing with the Oklahoma State lineup, is that they're super aggressive and they strike out a ton, right? But if they make contact, like, they put up a crap ton of runs, and they can really, really combat their pitching staff not being very good. Their pitching staff has been I think they've had over 6 ERA as a team when we were talking about them last time, and it's just like, that lineup has just been able to mash bait, like Colin Brugerman, Colin Ritchie, like all these guys just hit long balls. Like Colin Ritchie's got 25 jacks, I think, on the year.
25 now.
Yeah, and so it's like they can out hit anybody. It's just like whether or not the pitching staff's going to show up. And I think they need a combination of, one, their lineup not being super aggressive and actually making contact with the baseball and putting up runs, and they need their pitching staff to just like at least hold the team at bay. And we've seen Arizona State, when that lineup is rolling, it's hard to put them at bay. Like sometimes they get turned into the Landon Harrison show, and Landon Harrison's really the only one doing anything. But like if Dean Toigo's going, if the rest of those dudes are like PJ is going, like that team is good, and it's good offensively, and they have a better pitching staff. Like it's not the best pitching staff in the Big 12. I mean, maybe it's the best pitching staff in the Big 12, but it's not. It's been okay. Like Cole Carlin's been your Friday night ace, but then after that, we've talked about the question marks in the rotation and then the bullpen. But that's one thing that Oklahoma State doesn't have. They don't have a Friday night ace. So if they can't take like Friday night, they got to win one. They got to win both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be a big weekend matchup there. Oklahoma State sitting at 34 currently in the RPI. Arizona State's at 40, and I know that shouldn't necessarily give people pause for concern, but 40 is pretty high up there for an at-large team right now. And I mean, I don't know if Arizona State can get all the way back into that hosting conversation just because of that RPI. That's where I think like West Virginia has the best chance of being that second host from the Big 12, whereas I don't know if Arizona State can play their way. Maybe if they go 6-0, because this will be a big weekend series and test against Oklahoma State. But I don't see them sweeping Oklahoma State either, because I think that this Oklahoma State team is going to hit their way through at least one game this weekend, Jared.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Louisiana Tech at Liberty. This is a big one for Liberty. Liberty's got to take care of business. I love this Liberty team, but again, they have to win, because right now they're still not in first place in their conference. They're 2 games behind Jacksonville State, but they are 35-14. And this team is really, really good. They have 5 quad 1 wins. They have 10 quad 2 wins. Like, I like this Liberty team. They're 18-6 in conference. They're 27th in the RPI. That's why I have them in, even if they don't happen to win the conference, because I think that they're high enough in the RPI. Top 30 typically gets in. I think it's like a 95 percentile of those top 30 teams get into the RPI outside the COVID year. I like Liberty, but they got to take care of business this weekend against a pesky team. We just saw Louisiana Tech take it to Missouri State.
So my question for you is, do you think they get 2 teams in Conference USA?
Yeah.
No?
So I know Missouri State's sitting at 25 in the RPI, and I know that Jacksonville State's sitting at 29. So you have 3 teams in the top 30. I don't think they get all 3 teams in. I think you have to take 2 teams in. I think you take 2 teams in from this conference, because one, I think you're only getting 7 teams in from Big 12, and I think you're only getting 8 teams in from the ACC. I think that's your cutoff lines. Like, unless Clemson sneaks in and becomes that 9th team to sneak in for the ACC, I think ACC only gets 8. I think you only get 7 from the Big 12, and then you might get 14, I guess, if LSU does their thing and gets in. But I right now only have 12 teams in from the SEC. I don't have Vanderbilt or LSU in. So I think
I think LSU is going to be like the difference maker on whether Conference USA gets 3 or 2.
100%. And Vanderbilt. Those are 2 teams that could steal those bids from those mid-major
Vanderbilt
teams.
gets in. I'm just going to be so disappointed. Sorry, I don't mean to hate on
16
Vanderbilt.
wins. I mean, they could have 16 wins. And the thing is, yes, their RPI is at 68. if they lose any of these games, their RPI is going to jump in the 70s, and I don't think that they deserve in at 15-15. Like that's
Yeah.
where I just don't think so. But I mean, I guess
I
if they win these games, but
personally,
they're not going to be under 60 in RPI. They're not going to be in the 50s, and it'd be the highest
yeah.
ever at-large bid when with RPI being used. It'd be the highest ever RPI ever into the tournament as an at-large.
As someone
I
who
don't know,
loves
man.
mid majors, give me 3 Conference USA teams.
I'd rather take three.
I want
They're top 30. Give me 3 of those teams that are in the top 30 for RPI versus a Vanderbilt. Even if if Vanderbilt goes 6-0, the community's not going to keep them out. It's just not. They're just going to put them in. Like that's what's going to happen, unfortunately.
It's so annoying because they're 68th in RPI.
That's what I'm saying. Even with 6 wins, I don't think they jump into the top 50. They're not going to be in the top 50. They'll probably be maximum in that 56 to 60 range. Man, I just don't see it. But I also don't see a way the committee keeps them out with 16 wins in the SEC.
And I think that's the hard part too. We talked about the standings. Like Missouri State needs to be in the top 3 in the standings. They can't be behind Dallas Baptist, who's like 75th in RPI. And like, you got to get past Dallas Baptist.
Yeah. The thing that would possibly get it in, like, is if a Missouri State won the Conference USA tournament, and then you're like Liberty and both Jacksonville State probably are in right now. Yeah. It's tough. There's going to be some hard conversations.
If they won the conference tournament, you could possibly see 3 Conference USA teams. And because I think there'd be strong consideration, especially if like Jack State won out the rest of the year and Liberty like won out the rest of the year. Like I feel like the committee would be like, okay, we got to get these teams in somehow.
That's why I highlighted this series against Louisiana Tech at home. Liberty has to win.
That's a good series.
Great series. Great baseball. I'm very excited for it. Texas at Tennessee, another SEC matchup. This one's massive, and the fact of the matter is Tennessee needs wins. They still need wins, Jared. They're not in right now. They are on the outside. I think they get there. But if they get swept by Texas, it gets real tight there for that last weekend.
They're getting swept by Texas. I'll throw it out there already.
Listen,
I just don't.
Then they'd have to win 2 or 3 in their last series. They'd have, because right now they're only at 11 wins. So you're telling me that Tennessee is not in the tournament? Is that what you're guessing?
I don't trust this Tennessee offense, and like the Texas pitching barn is just so freaking good. Like I just don't trust this Tennessee offense. Tegan Kuhns can probably go toe to toe for a bit with Dylan Volantis, but like they're not. They're gonna put like an 8 spot now on Volantis because I said this. Like first game 1, it's gonna be like first inning 8-0 Tennessee, and I'm gonna look like a dummy, and they're probably gonna clip this and put this in their hype video. I just like I just don't trust this Tennessee offense. We've talked about this before. It's been like the Henry Ford show, and then like Garrett Wright's been there. Like Reese Chapman's been okay. But then like after that, it's kind of a fall off. Man, like Manny Marin's been pretty good, but I just don't know who you're really going to after that, you know?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I think that they need to take one because, their last weekend series is at Oklahoma, and I think that they could take 2 or 3 from Oklahoma. But they don't want to be in that position where they have to take 2 or 3 because I don't think 12 wins gets Tennessee in. I don't. I really think that it keeps them out. And if they, don't take care of business this week and they get swept, they're going to have to take 2 out of 3 to end the season against Oklahoma. It's going to be a very interesting one. That's why I threw it on our list here to talk about, because I think Texas is better, but I think Tennessee finds a way to steal one game at Lindsey Nelson and put themselves in a lot more comfortable shoes on the road at Oklahoma next weekend.
Yeah,
I think they
have 12 wins, and then going into their last series, like that's where you need to be.
They got to get one. Get one, and you feel a lot better than having to go to win a series on the road at Oklahoma to finish that thing out. Pitt at UNC, we talked about this. This is Pitt's chance. Pitt has to go take this series. Like they have to take this series at UNC. I know that. Man, I love this Pitt team, but they have to win at UNC.
We all picked UNC for our picks, so this is why I think Pitt's going to win. I was like, that's why I saw it. But my pause, I was checking to see. I was like, I'm pretty sure we all did. UNC. Last time we all picked UNC, they lost. So
that was the last time that they lost. So and we
it was a Virginia series, wasn't it? I think everybody picked UNC.
Yep, and then we all picked Georgia Tech, and UNC won. So. I don't know, man. This is going to be a wild one, but I think Pitt has to take the series on the road. I don't think they can do it. I think UNC's rolling right now. UNC is a national seed. Like, I think they take care of business and kind of knock out Pitt's last chances other than winning the ACC tournament here.
Yeah.
Oklahoma at Arkansas. Big series for Oklahoma, big series for Arkansas. Arkansas is still on the fringe of being in that host conversation. As much as we don't want to talk about it, like we don't talk about Bruno, we don't talk about Arkansas hosting, but they're real close to being hosting again.
The team that we can't figure out. That's like in what are they? They're 28th in RPI.
13 and 11.
I mean, yeah, I could see like they sweep against Oklahoma. They're definitely probably getting themselves close to the host conversation. I think, like you mentioned, I think Oklahoma needs this series more than Arkansas needs it because they've been bumped out of some people's top 25s, right? I think they were 25th on ours.
We bumped them out.
No, did we bump them out? I couldn't remember.
Yep.
Oh no, they were 25th last week. I think the week before this one. And I just like again, we've talked about the rotation question marks. Is like, are you getting the Cam Johnson that's striking out 14, or are you getting the Cam Johnson that's going to give up 8 in 3 innings and walk like 7? Same thing with LJ Mercurius. Now he's been piggybacking, I think, right? They've been throwing out an opener.
After a starter.
Yeah, so it's like you need those guys to dominate because that offense is not going to carry this Oklahoma Sooners team. It's just not. And like we've talked about the Arkansas offense, like they've been so hot or cold because they're so aggressive and they have all the swing and miss issues. Like what offense is going to show up? Like, is it going to be the ones that are striking out 14 times against Cam Johnson, or are they going to put an 8 spot up on him? But the thing is, like, Arkansas has a rotation. Like Arkansas has the pitching staff. Like that's where I kind of feel like Arkansas is going to take this series, is because I trust that pitching staff more than I trust Oklahoma's. And even though the Arkansas lineup's been so hot and cold, I would take the Arkansas lineup over Oklahoma too.
I do too. And I think that it's going to be like, I think that Arkansas maybe busts their own gates down this weekend and really find themselves offensively again, fully, and getting ready for the rest of the season. I think that they have the pitching, and that's kind of what scares me for Arkansas, is that I could see a world where they host and then they get to a super and they're really dangerous because they find themselves out. I mean, Dietz, we know he's electric. He's a Friday night ace.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. Can Oklahoma throw strikes? I think that's where it comes down to. Is Oklahoma going to throw enough strikes? If they walk Arkansas takes advantage of walks by hitting the big ball. Like they don't have to get a ton of hits when you walk them. They'll hit a big fly and make the difference. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest one this weekend is, can they go in there? Can Oklahoma go in there and not walk people? Because they need a win. A win puts them at 13, puts them in. Because there's that whole conversation now where, if they don't win a game this weekend, then they'd have to be winning a game against Tennessee next weekend. And then we're talking about 2 teams that are playing to be their tournament life between those 2 teams next weekend. So lots of fun there. Quick score recap.
Oklahoma's going to get swept too. Tennessee, sweep. Oklahoma's going to get swept. Sorry, guys. No playoffs for you.
No playoffs. Miami and Louisville. Miami's up 13-4 right now. We already talked about that. And Mississippi State still up 6-1 on Auburn in that one. Big start there for Mississippi State and Vlinkus. Like, what a start out there to go out there and shut down this Auburn lineup that had been catching a little bit of fire itself lately, especially in that A&M series where they took it to them.
And the Bulldogs is just taking advantage of Marciano. Like, not even taking advantage.
Knocking him out in 2 innings is crazy.
Yeah. That's nuts. So, Marciano's been like the best pitcher in the SEC this year, you could argue. Like Valances has been really good too. So but like I think like top 5, top 3 pitcher in the league has been Jake Marciano. And the fact that Mississippi State were able to do that to him, it's funny because like I feel like this Mississippi State like feels like that times that they're hitting their stride and they look really good, like the UCLA game, like they look fantastic even though they lost that game. Then there's been a couple series this year, like you're like, what is this team on the mound? Like, how good is the Bulldogs going to be? I think we dropped them down to 14th. I do think this is an Omaha caliber team when everything clicks for them, though.
Yeah, and getting Evan McPherson, we've talked about it. Getting McPherson back is massive, and they're going to get him back. I don't know if they said he's going to throw on Saturday or Friday. I don't know which one they said, but if we get a matchup tomorrow of Stone versus Alvarez, I'm excited for that. That's a great pitching matchup there between those two on a Friday, and then McPherson on Sunday. I'm excited for this one though. I think it's going to be a fun rest of the weekend there. Florida State at Clemson. We already talked about this one. Big for both of these schools, but I think Clemson has to take 2 of 3 here. Big weekend for Clemson to even be considered. They have to win 2 of those games. Kentucky at Florida is very interesting, Jared, because this is a big matchup for Kentucky. They are another team at 11 wins. They need to go find a win here on the road at Florida. Not easy.
Yeah. Kentucky, another team where I'm just like, this pitching staff was supposed to be so good. Like, it was supposed to be one of the tops in the SEC with like Nate Harris and Ben Cleaver and then Jackson Jelkin. Like, I really, really thought at the beginning of the preseason, like we ranked Kentucky preseason top 25.
We
And
had
at
them
the
ranked for a
beginning of
long
the year,
time.
they looked like they were a top 25 team. They kept keeping themselves in the top 25 for the most part. And it just kind of fell apart. Like the pitching staff hasn't been fantastic. Jelkin's been great for the most part on Friday nights. He's had a couple rough starts here and there, but like Tyler Bell's been good, but like, and like Hindle has been really good for them. But it's just like they haven't been able to just like, I think Mingione talked about this in the preseason. Like last year, they lost so many one-run ball games, and it kind of feels somewhat similar this year. It feels like they just can't get over that hump. Like they're so close to taking a lot of these games, and then like they'll take a Friday night game from the team, and then next thing you know, they just get like dominated in the next two games. And it's just like it feels like they're so close to getting over that hump, and it's going to be tough. You got to face Aiden King and Liam Peterson. Like again, we don't know what Liam Peterson you're going to get on day to day, but like if he's got his stuff and he's on, like good luck.
Yeah. If they don't take one, they have Arkansas to finish, and that's
Yeah.
not easy. I know that they get them at home, but that's not an easy set to finish there. Yeah, you're talking about one-run games. They lost a one-run game to South Carolina. They lost a one-run game to Tennessee. Like they lost, like they have lost all these one-run games, and like they lost a one-run game to Missouri. Like these are bad losses for them. Where if you flip that by a run, all of a sudden you're talking about a team that's hosting. Like that's how fine the line is for where this Kentucky team is. I will say, Cleaver looked good last weekend.
He did.
If you can get that start again, and you get a Jackson Jelkin start, and get another piece of the bullpen there, and get some other guys going, I kind of am okay with that. But they have to figure out a way to beat at least one game here at Florida, which is not easy. Let's go into the next one here, where we got Cincinnati at Kansas State. This is a big one. Cincinnati needs this. Kansas State is on the outside right now. They'd have to see about the rest of the season. Yeah. But Cincinnati could really use this. And we're talking about host teams. They're not out of it yet. Their RPI continues to rise. They're right outside the top 20 in RPI right now. This is a team that has a really, really good road record. Like Cincinnati currently in the Warren Nolan RPI is sitting at 21, Jared. They're 33-17. I know they're only 13-11 in conference, but they have some winnable games in front of them. There's a world where they win 19 conference games. And then they're hoping.
I need Bishop Ball in a regional. I just need it to. I need him as like a 2 or 3 seed in a regional, and they just cause fits. I need it. I need it.
You don't want Cincinnati hosting? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I don't think Cincinnati will be hosting. But I think there'll be a 2 or 3 seed in some regional, and some team is going to be not happy that they got Cincinnati because the way that offense plays, the small ball and they do the long ball, like. Hey, the pitching staff's a question mark for them for sure, but they have a Friday night ace type guy, and Nate Taylor. When he's on, he's absolutely electric. And like you go in the losers bracket in a regional, it's not fun. And if you get Bishop balled and you get Nate Taylored in a game 1 of that regional, you're not going to be happy.
Coates and Natilli, like, no, thank you. I don't want any part of that. No, I agree. But to me, I start looking at some of these teams that are there. Coastal Carolina at 22, Boston College at 23, Cincinnati at 21, West Virginia at 24, Oregon at 26. I could argue if Cincinnati wins 5 of the next 6 that they should be in. For me, it's real close. I know teams above them are Wake Forest. I don't think Wake Forest deserves to host. I don't think that they're going to be in there. I don't think that Oklahoma deserves to host, and they're at 19 in the RPI. So those are 2 teams you jump. Virginia, they're not going to host. That's 3 teams you jump. Nebraska fringe at 17. Like there's a world, and I don't think that Coastal should host. I'll stand on this hill. I don't believe Coastal should host. I think that the Sun Belt should have 1 host team. And if it's Coastal, then it shouldn't be Southern Miss. They shouldn't get 2 host teams this year. They're not the same conference that they were last year.
No.
So if you want to give the winner of the tournament, if it's one of those 2 teams to host, I'm okay with that. Both teams should not be hosting. I'll stand on this hill and die because 2 teams from the Sun Belt this year should not be. And there's years I'll fight for the Sun Belt. Last year I said they should have had 3 teams in. This year, 2 teams and 1 host. Like that's the maximum for me. And I love the Sun Belt, but that's where it is this year for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Southern Miss Coastal potentially hosting. And I think they're the only 2 teams in.
Yeah. And we'll talk more about it next week when we get into more of these bubble teams, because we're going to have just that last week after we finish up with midweek madness. We'll be joining you guys all live on Wednesday talking more baseball. Let's talk about the last of these games here before I cut you loose, Jared. Southern Miss and James Madison, they got to take care of business. But, I mean, for their hosting chances, I think they got to sweep. Yeah, just win. Just keep winning. California at Virginia. Virginia needs this series, being at 12-12 in ACC play. Again, win. Alabama at South Carolina, win. Alabama, go win, and you could play your way into a national seed still.
That feels like a series that South Carolina is going to win. It just
South Carolina's playing good ball. Don't get me wrong. Love Monty Lee. Love what he's doing down there. I think he's turned this team around this midseason. But at Alabama, if you are who you think you are and you think you're a national seed, you got to go win this series and go sweep. Most likely to put yourself in that conversation. Vanderbilt at Mizzou, they got to win.
Yep.
Vanderbilt, if they lose a game, they should not be in the tournament. Sorry.
Come on, Mizzou, sweep.
If you lose a game at Mizzou or you lose a game at home against South Carolina the next 2 weeks for Vanderbilt, you should not be in at 15-15. I don't believe that they're a good enough team to be in. They have no good non-conference. They've had just a horrible non-conference. They don't have a lot of quad one wins, so I would have them out. Rice at ECU, big for both these teams, actually. Like, this is a big one here for Rice on the road. ECU needs this. They need to get going right. They need to be going the right direction here, because right now it's a two-horse race between ECU and UTSA. Rice could play their way in. Coach David Pierce could kind of get these guys firing on all cylinders. They've been playing good baseball. I think that it's ECU's weekend, but I think that they need it the most is to go win this series, being 2 games back from UTSA already.
Yep. Yeah. It'll be interesting. I mean, ECU's got to win out basically if they want any shot. They got to win the conference tourney.
For a long time, I thought it was a 2-bid league, but now I think it's a 1-big. Yep.
Yeah.
Spencer, going to be in the jungle. Love it, man. Go enjoy those baseball games. I've been wanting to get over there for a long time. I know it's like 3,000 miles for me, so it's a little bit of a trip.
It's not that bad. Just road trip it.
I made longer trips. I go to Hawaii every year. And then Texas State at Arkansas State. This one's a weird one because, I mean, I think that both these teams are out, but get a sweep for either side, you kind of could play your way back into that conversation and get ready for that conference tournament. So, game you're most excited for this weekend?
I mean, Oregon, UCLA. I feel like it's the easy choice. Like Logan Redmond Friday night versus Will Sanford. Yeah, I'm ready.
Are we confirmed that Redmond's going to throw?
Is he? I don't know. I didn't. Oh, he's hurt, right?
Yeah. Well, they held him out precautionary, and I didn't know if they were holding him out for this weekend. There was no word yet, so I didn't know.
I wonder if they just wanted to give him some extra rest, just to
that's all it was precaution, because they didn't want him. His inning count was so high. And Spencer, thank you. I will maybe hit you up next year on that. I would need a trip out to the East Coast to go visit some of these schools. Coming all the way from the West Coast, I would love to make that trip next year. Cannot wait. Season series. I'm excited for the one that's going right now between Auburn and Mississippi State. Like, this one to me definitely feels like it could be a Friday night game in Omaha. Like, if I was sitting down in Omaha for this in the press box, I'd be so pumped to be sitting there watching this game. I feel that way. I feel that kind of energy with this one right now. And what's that score? Still 6-1, I believe. 8-1 now.
5 RBIs and 5 innings for Bryce Chance. I just put 64 analytics tweet up there.
Let's go. Oh, man. Yeah, Mississippi State. I mean, Mississippi State at home is tough. And if they get a host, if they get a national seed, that's kind of how the road goes. Like, if they get a national seed, I could see them winning all the way to get there. They were one of my preseason picks to get to Omaha as well. Who do you think needs to win this weekend, Jared? I know we talked a lot about these teams, but I'll let you go after this one here.
West Virginia. You need if you want to host, you got to win this weekend.
You want to host? I love that. That's the pick. West Virginia. I have it right here. West Virginia and Kansas. You want to host. It's literally in front of you. You have to go on the road and win these kind of games if you want to host. I think that this is a big conversation for those teams. I think that the team that really needs the biggest opportunity here is when I look at this, it's LSU still. Like, it's still LSU to me, because they have to win. Like, this is do or die time. They have to take 2 or 3 from Georgia. I think that's very exciting. I cannot wait to watch these games. Well, Jared, we did it. Whole hour talking ball. We're going to join them again next week. Thanks so much for coming on the show again, buddy. Glad to have you back on. And we'll talk to everybody next live Saturday. We got the Saturday morning show. Got a special guest coming on. It's going to be super fun for you guys. Cannot wait. And then we'll join you guys live again Monday for the top 25. So we'll see you all next week, next Wednesday.